Okay, well, welcome everyone. Let's get going. So it's Tuesday, attention training Tuesday. Um, yeah, let's see uh, the theme for me today is attention creates reality. What I mean with that is wherever our attention goes, that's what then sort of appears in our mind's eye, and that's what the body reacts to. Those are the sensations we experience, and whatever we're fixating on is what ultimately stimulates or determines the subjective experience that we're having. Obviously, the the sun will still rise and set, or the moon will still orbit the Earth, even if we're not paying attention to it. So I don't mean that reality. It's more just the subjective experience that we're having in any given moment. And part of that came up for me yesterday. I saw a Facebook post from a friend of mine whose husband works with the Forest Service, and I'm sure you guys are all aware of the federal government, layoffs, firings, the mayhem that's going on, and there's a lot of stress clearly for her and her husband, and I was realizing like obviously like the more our attention fixates on that, it has a huge impact on the emotions, the fears, the worries that we have of the future. And so one of the hardest things for us to do, I think, is balancing like how much attention do we pay to something, and at what point are we just burying our head in the sand and just pretending or ignoring that something isn't there. If I knew the answer to that in every given situation, I would be the Buddha, right? But it's really hard to do. And so I think most of us kind of vacillate back and forth between, okay, I'm going to get really fixated on this, and maybe that leads to worry or fear. And then other times I'm just going to look away and pretend it's not happening, in which case that's not necessarily the appropriate right answer. So training our attention and being able to intentionally focus our attention and work with it is a really um, key skill. So there are two things I want to focus on today. The first one is focus. So attention by definition means that I'm able to direct or focus the beam of my attention on an object of my choosing. It could be any of my five senses. Really going to focus on my hearing, really focus on my sight. It can also include our thoughts and our mind, where really focus my attention on a specific belief or a problem that I'm trying to solve, whatever that might be. And then the other piece is the ability to maintain that focus over time. And that's the hard part in my experience. Is like we can all focus at will, but then maintaining that beyond like 3 seconds or 5 seconds is oftentimes the challenge. So I thought today, let's just do a little attention workout by practicing that. So let's start by closing our eyes. And spirit of it, attention training Tuesday, bring your attention inward and notice where attention, your attention automatically goes. When I say bring it inward, like where are you focusing? What does inward mean? For me, it usually means the belly and the chest. So somewhere in my torso is sort of home ground for inward for me. Maybe different for you. It's fine, but whatever focusing attention inward means, just notice that experience. And then let's give the mind some specific objects to pay attention to. So let's start with the belly. Simply focusing on the experience of the belly in this moment, the expansion and contraction with each in-breath and out-breath. Imagining all the organic stuff that's inside the belly. Now comes the challenging part, which is concentration. So let's see what it's like to maintain that sense of focus on the experience of the belly. We'll be quiet so as to not distract. Just notice how long attention can stay on the belly. So where's your attention now? Is it still on the belly? Has it wandered to other things, maybe the to-do list for the rest of the day or some memories of the morning? That distraction is totally normal. But again, we can choose to focus our attention wherever we want. So let's redirect attention to the hands. Notice what's it like to have hands and fingers, and move them about. Just notice what it's like to focus attention on the hands. And then let's practice concentrating. And if or when you notice your attention wandering, it's okay. Just gently bring that focus back to the hands when that happens. That was a total of about 45 seconds. That's what it's like to concentrate or try to concentrate. So now let's bring our attention to our nostrils, noticing air passing through the nostrils with each in-breath and out-breath. Just resting our attention on nostrils. If your attention has wandered, again, it's not a problem. And you bring it back to, all right, nostrils. What's it like to have nostrils right now? And then let's zoom out and see if we can focus attention on the body in general. So imagine yourself hovering about 3 feet above yourself and just notice the whole body, sensations. You probably have some sense in your mind of what it looks like. Just stay with that for a few seconds. And just coming back to noticing the body, feet, legs, pelvis, torso, arms and hands, head. And take a deep breath in through the nose. Long, slow exhale through the mouth. Pushing out as much air as you can. And hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale through the nose. Slow exhale through the mouth. Slowly pushing all the air out. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, open your eyes. Come on back. This session, I think the main uh, takeaway there is just a reminder that wherever our attention goes is what stimulates our subjective experience of ourselves and our emotions, our body, all of it. And so being able to intentionally direct our attention where we want it to go and then maintain that focus over time, i.e. concentrate on something, it's a pretty powerful skill and I think very, very worthy of our attention and time. So hope that was helpful. Tonight, integration group, if you've never been with Brenda at 6:30, it's every Tuesday night at 6:30. You're welcome to join, just citclinics.com/integration. And otherwise, have a great day. I'll stick around for a few if you want to chat. Take care, everyone.